Good morning to you. Happy Friday. As always, make it count. Fight harder. Give it the big push. Give it the big one. Give it the heave-ho. Dive for the line. Cross the line. Make it count. Make sure that you're doing everything you need to do today in order to close the week out feeling confident and assured that you've done all you can do, should do, and need to do to keep your goals on track, your ambitions on track, and your long-term objectives. As I keep saying, this may well not be your last working day. For me, I'm also working this weekend. I love working a weekend when I haven't got the kids, because you can get your head down, you can work on those longer term projects, or you can use time to catch up with some of the things you might have fallen behind on, because your clients don't expect to hear from you, the phone doesn't ring, the email doesn't ping. And even if it does ping, they're not expecting an answer from you, so you get to really get your head down and work. So I love a working weekend. Maybe you're working this weekend. If you are, I hope you're productive. Make sure you make it count, as always. Would love to hear exactly what you're working on at the weekends. For me, I'm kitting out the new studio, so I shall share that with you next week. Anyway, right now I'm going to head off to the gym. I haven't been for ages, and I get to go 2 days running. And I go there not only to train, but I actually go there to work. It's a great environment for working. They do great coffee. The food's great. It just gets me out of the house, gets my head clear, change the scenery, and I can get super productive with very little or no distractions. If you can't work from home because there's too many distractions going on, or like me, I'm quite happy working from home, but occasionally I just like to have a change of scenery, find somewhere. I call it like the third space. So you might have your home space, you might have your working space. What's the third space? The bit in the middle where you can go, you can be yourself, lose yourself, get your head down, somewhere where you enjoy, where you're not getting distracted, where you really find the environment supportive of you being productive and being motivated and driven and inspired and everything else. Anyway, I'm gonna head on over there. I will talk to you as we go through the day, but until then, as always, have an awesome Friday and be successful in all you do, and keep moving yourself, your goals and your ambitions forward. Check in just a little bit. Okay, so we got back home. I still have plenty to do today before I can call it a day. But first things first. Bunny cuddles. So, we got 2 new rabbits. This one's called Snowy, for obvious reasons. Tracy always wanted a rabbit when she was a child called Snowy. Unfortunately, she got a black and a white rabbit, not a pure white rabbit that she always wanted. So she loved it, but it was called Snowy Toes. This is the pure white rabbit that she always wanted, and has taken the name. It took her about 40 years to get her, but this is Snowy. Unfortunately, we got these, well, not unfortunately, fortunately we got these after an unfortunate circumstances, which was we lost the last of our previous rabbits about a few weeks ago. And we've had these now with us for about a week. So you have to give them loads of cuddles, because obviously you're trying to tame them and train them to be comfortable with squidges and love and everything else. So you've got to make sure you come out here every day, condition them, just like you condition yourself. You have to condition them. Rabbits do love a cuddle. They're very affectionate creatures with each other. If you know rabbits, you know what I'm talking about. They're smarter than people think. And you can actually domesticate them if you wanted to. I did have an indoor rabbit once that you could throw a pencil for. It'd pick up the pencil and it would return it. I also had a little cat litter in the corner there, and it would poop in it. So here's a little secret. My favourite animals in the world are bunnies. My favourite pets are dogs, just because of obviously the interaction, the companionship, the general buddiness of them. However, my favourite animals in the world are bunnies. So, yeah, we've got 2 of them. Okay, and last but not least, we've got to give a little squidge to Mika the ferret. Unfortunately, we lost her sister earlier this year. Mika is a little girl ferret, and these are so smart, you wouldn't believe it, and they're so tough, and they're so on it, but so much going for them. They really have. Yeah, they smell a little bit, and yeah, they've got a lot of teeth, and we had a few run-ins, didn't we, me and you? We had a few run-ins when they were little, but honestly, once they get older and everything else and calm down a little bit, they are such amazing little pets, but they're proper... Come here. They go. Proper little scrabblers. Anyway, there she is, look. How sweet is that? How sweet is that? Honestly, they're such lovely little ferrets. Such... Woo. Honestly, they're such lovely little pets. So there you go. That's Mika as well. And obviously, we have it all cuddled with her after the rabbits, because I think the smell of this on me would probably send the... rightly so, send the rabbits to their warrens. Not that they have one, but metaphorically speaking. Anyway, can't forget about the ferret. Love her. Okay, so fluffy bunny cuddles and slightly toothy ferret cuddles out of the way. It's time to crack on with this evening's work, which is all about reorganising the barn for studio version 3.0 for all the super exciting stuff we've got coming up this autumn. So it's about 6:30. I'm going to probably knock out a good hour or so, maybe a couple of hours down here, get this ready. We're going to be working on this all weekend to get it kitted out and ready for some really super duper exciting stuff. Anyway, it's the end. Let's get the sunset. It's the end of the day for the normal working person. Okay, so as you can see, I have my work cut out for me, but trust me, over the next 2 to 3 weeks, this place will transform before your very eyes into our live broadcasting studio, so that it is permanently ready to broadcast live to the world, to the nation, and stream me, he says, with the air of... madman. Anyway, yes, I'm going to be starting to stream much more live out there to the world, and to do that we need a decent, good studio to do it, because again, we have some super exciting stuff coming up, and I'll share it with you as it all unfolds. Anyway, hope you're having an awesome Friday. Hope you are being productive, doing whatever it is you're doing. If it's the end of your day and you're going out and getting drunk, what are you doing, man? You own a business. Anyway, whatever it is you're doing, enjoy yourself, have a good time. If you're working like me, if you're pushing it out all weekend, just be productive, enjoy the space, and you know what? If you love what you're doing, I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. I wouldn't want to be down at the pub right now. I'd much rather be down here sorting out. Some people will say I'm sad. I don't know. For me, I just love what I do. I love the vision. I love working passionately towards an outcome. And I'm heavily vested in my own business, and heavily vested in this, of course. And why the hell wouldn't you want to be down there? If you love it. Anyway, the light is fading in here. Got terrible lighting. That's another thing we're going to sort out. Have a good one. I'll check in with you in a little bit, and we'll see what you're up to, and I'll share what I am as well. Look at that. What a shithole. I should have filmed it that way. Much better light. Have a good one. So it's 9 o'clock, I'm going to call it a day, but I haven't really given you much today, so I want to give you a little tidbit of wisdom, and that is this. You've heard of Eat That Frog probably. It was a Brian Tracy concept. It was the name of his book, and a lot of people preach it as a way forward. If you haven't come across it, what it really means is that you've got to do the jobs that you dislike the most first. Do the toughest jobs, the most challenging jobs first. Get them out of the way, get them off your plate, and then you can continue and everything gets easier because it's just enjoyable. The metaphor is really simple. If there's a frog sitting on your plate, it's kind of way in the back of your mind that you've got to get round to it at some point. And even though you might be eating the beautiful, delicious steak or fish or whatever it might be, you're always conscious you've got this frog still on the plate that you're going to have to get round to. So the whole concept is do the horrible stuff up front when you're most motivated, when you're most driven, when you have the most energy. However, here's the thing. Sometimes when you do the eat that frog strategy, you never get started because it's just this miserable, horrible, bloody thing to get started with, right? So here's a controversial idea. Sometimes, definitely, you need to get the shit out of the way first, no question, right? The tough stuff out of the way. Sometimes, however, do the most enjoyable thing. Do the thing that gives you the greatest rewards, the biggest rewards, the quick wins to build the momentum and build your drive and your enthusiasm and motivation for seeing the job through. The smart person knows when to eat the frog first or when to take maybe something a little bit more delicious straight off the bat to build that momentum. If I'm sitting here thinking I've got to do the worst part of this job first, you never get around to it. But if I sit there and say, right, I'm going to take the really quick wins, a couple of hours or so down here, clear it all out, it's starting to really look like something. Literally, I've probably got about another 20 to 30, maybe even more hours to put in to get this right, maybe more like 40 hours over the next couple of months to get this right. If I started with all the other nitty bits, the little bits, the things that have to get done, the challenging parts, but maybe the less rewarding bits, you know what? It just makes it miserable from the get-go. I like to build momentum. I like to build enthusiasm. I can see how this is going to play out. I'm starting to get excited because I can start to see how it's going to look. Does that make sense? So I'm not going to poo-poo the whole eat that frog as a strategy or whatever it might be. However, sometimes you need to do the stuff that's going to reward you the most up front, build that momentum, build that motivation, build that inspiration and everything else. Anyway, that's my bit for you today. Hope you've had an awesome Friday. Hope you've had an amazing week. And we will pick it up next Monday and we will do it all over again. Until then, as always, be successful and have a good one.